polite. She's never loud and doesn't fight. She speaks so soft that you can barely hear her. Her chastity's intact and pure. But all these titles drive her mad. She has so much to say. She wants it all so bad. She wants to run away. Who are you? Who do you want to be? What do you...
Hey sweeties, and welcome back to Queer Cosplayers Family Kitchen, where it is officially July. And sweeties, I have been looking forward to this so much. It is now Nat 20 month, so all month long we are going to explore recipes that have everything to do with D&D. And sweeties, as I may look like it, I'm kind of bouncing up and down. I am so looking forward to this because we are going to get to explore the sequel to the Heroes Feast, the official D&D cookbook, and we are going to explore flavors of the multiverse. So, to kick things off, we are going to start with a relatively easy one, and we are going to make some Kender Stumblenoodles. Now, this is more or less going to be kind of a D&D take on macaroni and cheese, but who doesn't love mac and cheese? And I always really love exploring recipes to bake mac and cheese. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, sweetie, so with any macaroni and cheese you make, first off, we are going to have to get our pasta going. So, got boiling water here, and I am putting in a whole box of rotini. Then, using a spoon, we're going to want to keep this stirring until just before al dente, so the pasta doesn't need to be exactly soft. So we're going to keep it in for about 7.5 minutes. Alright, sweeties, we've got our pasta nice and cooked. Now it is time to start our roux for our sauce, and we are going to start with 2 tablespoons of flour, like so, a tablespoon's worth of paprika, there we go, and we are also going to be adding a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, like so. There we go. And last but certainly not least, we are going to be adding just a dash of cayenne. There we go. A little bit more than a dash, but that's okay. So, taking your whisk, we are going to whisk the ingredients together until we form a nice roux, or kind of a sauce or a soup base. All right, we've got a wonderful roux right there. So now, a little bit at a time, we are going to want to add 3 cups of milk, whisking constantly when we are doing this, like so. So again, you don't want to be in too much of a hurry when you make it. Just kind of drizzle it in there. Alright, sweeties, I've had this on for about 8 minutes, whisking constantly. So it looks like it's about ready. So what we are going to add now is we are going to add 2 ounces of cream cheese right here. And before you put it in, you're going to want to cut it up into 4 chunks, like so. 2, 3, and 4. So along with that, we are going to add 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. There we go. There's 1. And 2. Last but not least, we are going to add a dash of salt, like so, as well as a dash of pepper. There we go. Now, once again, we are going to whisk this together until the cream cheese is nice and melted and everything is incorporated. All right, sweeties, this is nice and blended. So now we are going to add about 4.5 cups of sharp, or in my case, extra sharp cheese. Now we're only going to want to put a little bit of this in at a time. So I'm just going to grab a handful like so. Then we're going to keep whisking it in until the cheese is nice and melted, and then once again adding a little bit more as we go until we've got both bags in. Oh, sweeties, that cheese sauce is looking phenomenal. So we've got one last ingredient to add. The recipe calls for Gruyere cheese. I've actually used that in a lot of different cosplay recipes for macaroni and cheese. And if you've seen those videos, you know that where I live, we can't easily get our hands on just Gruyere cheese. So what I'm going to be adding is a bag of Swiss and Gruyere. So mine is going to have a slightly different taste than if it were simply just Gruyere. But again, we're going to want to whisk this into the sauce until it's nice and melted, like so. All right, sweeties, that cheese is nice and melted. Get it off the whisk so I don't slop it everywhere, much as my dog would love that. So just going to toss that in the sink. And now we are going to add the sauce to our pasta. Just pour it right in. Got a nice scraper here so we can get every bit out, like so. Alright, and once you have it in the pasta, you can toss it to coat, or if you're like me, just give it a pretty vigorous stirring, like so. Oh, sweeties, this is looking pretty good. So now you are going to need an oven-safe baking dish, like so, preferably 9 to 13. And we are going to give it a liberal coating of cooking spray, like so. Then we are going to scoop all of the mac and cheese in here, like so, spreading it out until it goes into every nook and cranny, like so. All right, sweeties, this is just about ready to go into the oven. What I've got here is 2 tablespoons of melted butter and a 1.5 cups of panko breadcrumbs, or Japanese breadcrumbs, if you will. So what we are going to do is sprinkle it over the top, like so, just before it goes into the oven, because this will give it a delightfully crunchy crust. So, once this is done, you are going to want to preheat your oven to about 375. That's what I've got Wanda set at. And we are going to stick the mac and cheese in there for about 35 minutes. The recipe says anywhere between 30 and 40 is good. So, as soon as this is crusted, like so, I will see you all in 35 minutes. Sweeties, this smells divine, and the bubbling lets me know that it is ready. So, this is fresh out of the oven, so I'm not going to be able to sample this for a minute or two, but if it tastes half as good as it looks, this is going to be incredible. So thank you so much for tuning in for the beginning of Critical Hit Month. I cannot wait to explore the flavors of the multiverse with you. And once again, a big shout out goes to our new music provider and the creator of this month's theme song, known as Fair. You can find them on Instagram at Fair is a Goblin, but the moment I heard her music, I was hooked, and I am so thankful she agreed to provide the music for this month and for many more theme months to come. So thank you so much, sweetie, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of Critical Hit Month, as I hope you all enjoy it. So, bye, sweeties.
Maiden's never rude and always kind and nice and polite. She's never loud and doesn't fight. She speaks so soft that you can barely hear her. Her chastity is intact and pure. But all these titles drive her mad. She has so much to say. She wants it all so bad. She wants to run away. Who are you? Who do you want to be? What do you want? What do you need? Let's be wild. Let's be free. Let's be feral creatures unique. I am feral. Let's be feral. I am feral. Let's be feral. She rips her dress off and sets it on fire.